For this beach comparison project, teams pick one East Coast beach and one West Coast beach. We will use Google Maps and Google Earth to find answers to the questions on the spreadsheet. This video will walk you through that process. The West Coast beach I picked is San Miguel Island in California, part of the Channel Island National Park. The East Coast beach I picked is Fisherman's Island on the northern end of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. Like with the Bradshaw project, if you are geographically challenged, you can literally just type your beach in and then X out the green thing here. This is where we are. First things first, let's pick 5 points from one end of our beach to the other with a color that stands out. Already, I can see in the waves that there is a longshore drift moving north by point 2. This is one of Virginia's barrier islands, and it looks like the road is the only development on this island. When I zoom out, it looks like point 1 and 2 are a little close, and I want point 5 a little bit more north, so we can drag those points a little bit more evenly around the island. Instead of having a layer for every single thing that we do, I'm going to put everything under Fisherman's Island. Next up, the spreadsheet says to find the length of our beach. So let's start drawing our line by point 1. This part is fast. When we save the line, we can find the beach length here to put in our spreadsheet. Next up is greatest width. Doing a quick scan from vegetation to waves, it looks like the northeast side has the greatest beach width, and we will use the tape measure to find it. For the average width, let's measure every point, add them up, and divide by 5. Next up is depth of vegetation. For this one, let's look for a spot that seems average and use the tape measure again. For the development, we will look for the depth of a human presence, but in this example, there is just one road, so I'll get the width of the road. The next 2 items on the spreadsheet we need to open Google Chrome for to use Google Earth. Let's find Fisherman's Island and then flip 3D on. As I scan the area, I can tell that it's flat, looks kind of marshy, very uniform terrain. Just try to write something here that shows you care and you tried. For longshore drift, we are looking for wave direction and sand flow. Earlier, we saw that the waves wrap around Fisherman's Island from the south to the north, and the sand also appears to be forming spits at both north ends. So this is a northerly longshore drift. To answer this other stuff, we are going to get creative with search engines, tourist sites, and Airbnb. I know no one lives on Fisherman's Island because it's a wildlife refuge, but let's see what else Google says. Tour a secret island. This place is so cool. And here's what we're looking for. Google Maps will give us directions to here from Richmond. Since there is no place to stay on this little island, let's use Google to find the closest town and look up a rental there. This place looks perfect for beach week, and it's so cheap. Getting the address is tricky, so let's look at clues in the rental picture and on their map to see what we can get in Street View on Google. I can see Jefferson Ave, funeral home, back to Google Maps, zoom in, Street View, there it is. I'm literally a detective. Here is an address. Now a good restaurant. These all look lame. Boom, easy. And last up, let's shade in our whole area so we can see it from space. On to the West Coast, best coast. I am moving to California after this. Here is San Miguel Island, making a layer now. It's part of Channel Island National Park, one of my favorite national parks. Here are my 5 test points. Look at this. It's a tombolo. This is literally made from longshore drift and shows that right here, the longshore drift is northeast. Next up is beach length. This southwest corner looks like max width, so let's find the average width. Look at all these sea lions. These sea lions appear to be the only permanent residents. For depth of vegetation, let's find a good average spot. And there doesn't appear to be any development, just like my home renovation project. Turn on Google Earth, hit 3D. This place looks rocky, hilly, lots of cliffs. By the tombolo, we can see the wave direction and longshore drift. There are no local people, but there are about 100 seals or sea lions. Now some true detective work. Scanning Wikipedia, changing our search. Nothing on tourists, but this place seems awesome. Let's look at a tour company. Yes, a restaurant. Adjusting my search, and there it is. The distance from RVA will be far, and I'm going to adjust the final point to Ventura so that we can actually drive there. For a place to stay, I personally want to find the cost to camp on this awesome island, but then we will look for an Airbnb in Ventura. Camping was cheap, so let's go all out in Ventura with a view of Channel Islands. Again, Airbnb can't show the address until we book, but we can get clues from the map. And this isn't it, but it's close enough. Last but not least, let's shade it in. So much fun and so fast. Let's do another.